Hello everybody, welcome to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel, and I'm watching the Monster Mash. Just kidding, it's Monster, but it is a bit of a graveyard smash right now. Last time on Monster, we got fully, properly introduced to Johan Liebert, the child that our good doctor saved, and has unfortunately grown up into something of a serial killer. And everything surrounding him makes Tenma look very suspicious. So we're going to see how he deals with this revelation of what the events of his life have led to. I'm very excited to get into episode 5 and 6. And if you guys are excited for Monster reactions, then you should subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single episode of Monster going forward. Then let's begin episode 5 in 3, 2, 1, go. We're running and running. I don't know what that is! Teacher, I have no fucking idea what that is. Fuck! I've been in classes like this before, where you're just like, no one cares. Oh, someone's coming to break the silence! Speed of sound! Is this gonna be, the sister? I'm forgetting her name right now. Well, is she really smart? Good job. Nina Fortner. That is not Liebert, but he also seemed like it had been a long time since he went by that name, so maybe they just took aliases. The girl of Heidelberg. That's a lot of pages. Nah. You're not getting that date, unfortunately for you. Damn. Self-defense. Wonder why. If she is who I think she is. Everything seems to be going good for her. So she's got a fam. I'm still my theory of her being, she's got the same hair, got the same eyes. Hmm. Oh, okay. A situation is happening. Yeah, I can't see the face. I was thinking that this is a foster family, but does she know that? Like, if this is who I think it is, then did trauma cause a amnesia response as a coping mechanism? Man, old ass internet, huh? Mid-90s internet. So if this is Johan's sister, are they in contact with each other? Okay, counselor. That monster, huh? I love how they could be using, like, a more Japanese version of the word monster, but they choose to say monster every time. That is an interesting, path to choose, given the circumstances of this show. Yeah. So he doesn't know the situation? He does not. But that was your in! He fumbled it! Suspicious.
二人の子供を紐で考察している。さて、ニナ・ホルトナー君。
What is this?
質問の内容が
Triggering?
わからないのかね。
Possibly? This show is so good with tension. No, she's having a panic response.
先生の話で急に
Well, it does make sense that
残殺猟奇事件のことか
her brain would have blocked it out since at the time when she was in the hospital, it
気の強いやつと思
seemed
ってたけど
completely...
案外デリケートなんだな子供の頃よっぽど怖いホラー映画でも見たのかい
Something a little bit more real than that.
先生子供の頃のことを思い出してごらんってね
That, yeah, about the childhood thing.
記
I
憶
don't remember my own childhood.
記憶がないの
That's sad. It's like she has such a nice life. It's very similar to Tenma, where when he was introduced, he had a very, like, successful-looking life. However, when the truth comes out. So the question is, should she learn the truth if it's just going to probably introduce horror?
ミハイルだっけ ?14 歳ぐらいの子。
What? Who's investigating?
いたような気がするな
Is it
でも
our investigator?
本当に実は6年前に火事で焼けてしまって
Everything burned in a fire. Oh, Tenma's asking around. Do we think that that
そ
is
してミハエルの本当の名は
Johan?
ヨハンか
誰なんだお前は
Yeah. Was that an alias back then? So Tenma's investigating
双子
begins.
そうだ妹は双子の妹はどこへ
We've just learned about
も
her.
うすぐ迎えに行くどういうことなの
It means you should run! Get the fuck out! Save yourself!
それも
Could it
1
be
年ぐらいしか
he
覚
killed
えてることな
two
んて
people
何
who
もないわ。
その子
We're
は
fostering
妹を
him.
連れていませんでしたか
But since they didn't have any biological children, does that fit his thing?
上がりなさい。
And does that mean that Nina's
おかげなさい。
parents could be targets as well,
あの
since they're not her biological
おかげなさい。
Oh, hi. This guy's intense. War photos? Okay. This man is old. I mean, if he has war photos, it makes sense. It was... If it's the war, then it was
あんたドクターテンマだろ。
50 years ago. I love an old man who just knows things.
嬉し
It's
そうな
great.
顔してまさか白い馬に乗った王子様が迎えに来るなんて思
I
ってるんじゃないでしょ
guarantee
うね
you it's not.
最近講義に見慣れない男の子いるじゃん
No.
授業中ニナのことじっと見つめてるの
Cool.
あいつだ
Yeah, I would... If I knew that someone was staring at me the entire class, and then they were just sending me emails, I'd be like, no,
あん
no
た
thanks.
命を救ってくれた親以上の存在だとね。正確に言うと、1987年の3月から1988年の4月までの14ヶ月だ。
Okay.
そして
That was a while ago.
突然姿を消した。
彼はこの部屋に来ていたんですか
毎日ね、一人暮らしの私はいつでも彼を迎え入れた。
Hmm.
私の教える英語とフランス語をみるみるうちにマスターしていった。姿を消す頃にはどちらも完璧に操れるようになっていたよ。たった12歳の子がね、よく私の話すことに聞き入っていたよ。彼が特に興味を示したのは何の話だと思うね。戦争の話だよ。
戦争
Uh-huh. Okay.
彼がことのほか好んだのは我々が連合軍の駆逐艦に攻撃された時の話だ。水深120メートル。普通の子供なら冒険団としてこの話を楽しんだろう。
Yeah. How did he
しかし
view
彼は
this?
違った。彼が最も興味を示したのは恐怖だよ。究極の恐怖。死の淵に立った人間がどんな反応を示すのか、彼は恐怖をもてあそんだ。
That being the only interest in having fun with that is disturbing.
目を輝かせて笑みを浮かべていただろう。私は目が見えないからね。
I was thinking, I didn't know if his eyes were just strikingly blue, or gray.
彼は誰にも心を許したりはしない。あの子が本当に心を許したのはただ一人、妹だけだ。
He knows about her.
になったら迎えに行くと言っていたよ。
Uh-oh.
ハイデルベルクだ。
Well, we gotta collect her first.
そろそろだな。
でも
決めてたじゃないか。20歳の誕生日になったら言おうって。あの子は私たちの子じゃないって。
Let's see if you get the chance. That must be a hard thing to do as a foster parent. If you didn't, to someone who didn't know, who like legitimately had amnesia. I'm worried that because they're two parents. Okay, this doesn't look like Johan.
僕、オットー・フーベルマンと言います。
Hi. E. That's him. That's the guy. God, anytime he's on screen, it just like gives me chills. Gone. And there she goes. Alright, let's not just like keep yelling at Nina. Let's go get Nina some help, maybe, please. Alright, I'm fucking glad that I'm not watching this episode on its own. I need to watch the next one real bad. Alright, I don't have anything too pressing I need to say before we get into the next episode, but Nina's foster parents are gonna fucking die this episode. Alright, let's not wait anymore and begin in 3, 2, 1, go. So who's
あの
this?
人もお風呂入ってないわ。マウラーさんと同じくらい匂うもの。
なんだそりゃ。二つの上がらねえ新聞社でもなんとかやってけるのはこのマウラー様のおかげだってことにちっとも気づいてねえんだ。
Tenma, okay. That's who I was gonna guess.
ご協力お願いします。
なるほど。こいつはね
He probably hasn't had a bath. He probably
え。
hasn't been home in a
あん
while.
た医者なのか。そうは見えねえがな。
I looked like one a little bit ago. Okay, so Tenma's on it. Tenma has the same thought that I
その娘
do.
が20歳になったら殺人犯が連れ去りにやってくる。
Alright.
だがその養父母も娘もどこの誰かもわからねえ。
That's the scoop.
古代妄想もいいとこだ。
What is even
笑い事じゃな
delusional
いんで
about
す
it?
そしてそれが新聞記事になっているかもしれない。9年前のこちらの新聞を調べさせてください。頼みます。
Come on. You gotta be able to tell how serious he is. He's showing you the records, though. Have fun!
それとこれが没原稿と資料のファイルだ。
ありがとうございます。
Wow. Cool, thanks.
納得したらとっとと帰ってくれ。たまにああいうわけのわかんない
Yeah, we'll see how you're feeling about that if we find anything.
頼むから見つけさせてくれ。
Crossing my fingers. The missing. That, yeah, as in referring to Johan?
よかった。ニナ元気そうだな。
She's better. She's having some weird bodily responses to certain things
急に気分が悪くなっただけ。
that she should be cluing into.
よく聞いてみたらニナの白馬の王子様じゃなかったの。
君が失神したのはその男性を見たからだというんだ
Yeah.
ね。
Let's get to the bottom of that, shall we?
見た時の印象は。
I'm thinking of like all the characters that could possibly die, and like the more this guy finds out. What a flashback sound effect.
いいよニナ。無理しな
Have
い。
you ever seen her like this?
早く。
Mm-hmm.
絶対悪とはまた宗教的な話になってきたな。
But there are religious
会えばその答
themes.
えがはっきりするような。
I mean, this fucking
失
show
われた記
opens
憶
up
も
on a
蘇るような気がする。
Bible
そ
verse.
れも大丈夫。スポーツでもして汗を流せば不安感なんて吹き飛ぶさ。
This is not helping, Mister.
あの男
ええ。
Yeah, that
で
guy.
なんだって聞いたら、マウラさんに許可受けたって。
Is he still
あい
there?
つまだ
Yeah.
たくおいこらいい加減にあ
He's dead! He passed out. My guy just like fell asleep. Yeah, when's the last time you eaten, buddy? Take care of yourself. I have a feeling he's not gonna take care of himself throughout a lot of this show.
女房が出てっちまったからよ。仕事で追いまくられて、気がついてみりゃ女房は娘連れて実家に帰っちまった。
迎えに行く気はないんですか？
あ、なんでだよ。呼んでてったのは向こうだ。なんで俺が迎えに行くんだよ。
Because of why she did?
男は仕事が第一だ。この仕事を理解できねえ女房なんか出てってもらって結構。
Okay, I'm not super sympathetic. I'm sorry.
そうだよ。
タバコ吸いすぎですよ。医者として注
Yeah.
女房と同じこと言ってんじゃね
え。Yeah, well, why your wife left is starting to make more sense.
私たちの娘じゃないってこと。
そうだな。そんなこと言う必要ないな。ニナは私たちの娘だもんな。
There's a lot of stuff about the truth in this show. I'm going to assert my belief that the truth is always better. It's always better to know the truth, even if it is a terrible truth. A time and a place where you're gonna be out of the house.
この忙しいのにあんたに付き合わされ、俺がその女房迎えに行ったら女房帰ってくると思うか。
If you had shown that you'd changed in some meaningful way, yeah.
どうした？
Got something?
あった。11歳の少年失踪。フォルトナーという人が捜索願いを出している。
Ah! Give me
あん
that.
たその犯人は妹が20歳になったら迎えに行くって言ってた
Yeah,
な。
which is
この国の男の子がその兄なら、ほら、ここに生年月日が書いてあるで。
Tenma's gonna be like, this is fucking today. At least I'm glad we have an age. I said probably early 20s. Actually 20. Don't do it. Don't go there. No. Come back. Your parents are gonna be killed. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, and you should learn.
警察に連絡して警備を頼みます。
あんたの推理で警察が動くかい。全部あんたの妄想だ。
Oh yeah?
いいかと。
You believe that after all this?
俺ケルンの現場に取材に行ってるんだよ。あの現場は特別だった。
Yeah.
何の目的も感じねえ。何の欲も何の恨みも感じねえ。そんな若造が何の感情もなしに殺しができると思うか？
Maybe this one could have.
小僧がしでかしたもんじゃねえ。もっとでかい何かだ。
でかい何かって。
へ？
Yeah, what are you implying, really?
どうしても言えって言うなら陳腐な表現になるが、ありゃ悪魔の仕業だ。
Uh-huh.
俺は迷わずにぶち殺すね。
Don't say that. It's especially interesting because someone that evil did appear before Tenma. He cannot. He has different values. Tenma is.
この1986年の男のお子さんの捜索願い
Yeah.
その話
You
はもういいです。
fucking are going to need us.
ケーキを用意してやがった。
Yeah.
ニナを本当の娘としてここまで育てて
And we appreciate that and all.
何かで立てないでください。
We're not
急いでください。
trying
あなた
to.
方は9年前双子を引き取った。兄の方は頭に手術の跡が、そして妹は記憶喪失だった。そうですね。
I am their doctor.
あんた方と娘さんの命が危ないんだ。
Yeah.
どういう
Look at them.
娘さんに会わせてください。
娘は今出かけてますが。
Where?
どこに？
ハイデルベルク城に。
早くキーを。
わかった。
All right.
電話しとく。
お願いします。
Tenma's going there, and this guy's staying behind.
さっき言ったように相手はとんでもねえ野郎だ。絶対死ぬんじゃねえぞ。ちゃんと生きて帰ってくるんだ。そしたら タバコをやめてやるよ。やぶ医者の言いつけ通りにな。
How about you stay alive?
奥さんも喜びます。
Buddy, I'm way more worried about you. You're not the main character.
警察に落ち着きなさい。ん
The line's cut already.
なんてこった。電話線が切られてる。
Fuck. By the way, this is just like a tangent. I love Germany as the backdrop of this. I've never been to Germany. I've been to a couple of places in Europe, but Germany's up there for places I want to go.
ダメだよ。ダメだよ。
あなた誰？
頼まれたんだ。あんたがここで待っているようにね。
Uh-huh.
お前はここで待ってなきゃいけないんだ。俺はそう言われたんだ。
Anna. That's what I thought her original name was, but...
アンナ。いや、ニナ・フォルトナーだね。
白馬の王子様。
No! Well, maybe!
お前は邪魔すんなよ。
What is wrong with this
ここで
guy?
待ってなくちゃいけないんだ。金がもらえないん
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, use your self-defense. Nice. Is it judo? What martial arts does she know?
驚いたな。
知らねえよ。ただ大切な仕事してからここに来るって言ってただけだよ。
Probably kill you.
君の家が。
Yeah.
早く君の家に戻らなくちゃ。
Stress! Can we call the police on this guy?
ほどけねえ。
I guess we don't have cell phones yet, so... Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? This guy I think is done?
それに私はアンナじゃない。
いや、確かに私の病院に担ぎ込まれた時、君はアンナ。そして君の兄さんはヨハンという名前だった。
Dropping a lot on me. How much time is left now? I just watched a single episode last time so that I could get back on track, and now my brain is seriously all like, watch 3. Go ahead. Alright, guys. That was all the monster I'm watching for now. Sometimes I do like a good cliffhanger and like to leave myself on a cliffhanger every now and again. If I wasn't watching this for this channel, I could tell that I would binge it real fast. Because, like, on the one hand, it is a slow story, but it's so engaging with that, like, slowness that it's solid. Am I glazing this anime too much? Too early? I'm really into it. And, you know, sometimes you can just tell pretty early on from, like, the way that an anime sets itself up that it's gonna be really good. Plus, I mean, I already have experience with Pluto, so I know the way that Naoki Urasawa works. Pluto's fucking great. I loved that show. But this show is like, it has just like an edge to it. I mean, it's just got like a rawness and like a tension that Pluto did not have as much. Just like an intensity to the situation. I think that's interesting because Pluto was a sci-fi robot murder mystery conspiracy show. This is like realistic, which I think is why it's more intense for me. Let's focus on some of the things. Like, we got introduced to Anna this episode. I don't know what name she's gonna go by for the rest of the series, but for now I'm gonna call her Anna, because I'm not calling Johan Franz. That was one thing that I mentioned, that like I just like the backdrop of Germany, because a lot of anime take place in Japan, obviously. I love a unique setting. Is there a reason why Naoki Urasawa likes Germany so much? Did he spend a lot of time there? Like, why did he decide to set Monster in Germany, because it could have been set anywhere. If anyone has any insight on that, I'd love to know. Because, I mean, also the main character, Pluto, was a Gesit, and he's German. But anyway, back to Anna. We got introduced to her and her lovely lie of a life that she lives. Not saying that in an accusatory way, it's just the fact is that she's very smart. We know that. She wants to be a prosecutor, criminal prosecutor, and she seems to have the know-how to do it. I mean, hey, I guess she's gonna get some first-hand experience, maybe, about the type of things that prosecutors may deal with. We need smart people on Tenma's side. Johan has been getting away with this stuff for years. Johan figured out how to secretly murder 3 people when he was 10. He's kind of smart. If you haven't noticed already. So, we need someone like Anna on our side. So what I'm willing to bet happens next time is that Maurer and her foster parents get killed. Tenma and her show up, and Anna's gonna be forced into this place of discovering all these things about herself and being put into this awful position, you know? I kind of already talked about how Anna's life is similar to Tenma's life, where it went really well until he figured out the truth about the hospital and what was happening with him. And Anna is going to figure out some truths about her life, and it's going to change everything for her. A lot of this show is about the truth being concealed from people, the truth being found out by people, how truth changes our perspective. Tenma's life, his character has completely turned around. His priority was to save lives at his hospital, and now that he's found out about this, his priority has completely shifted to getting to the bottom of this. And it's not completely a change in character or anything. That's not what I'm getting at. It's actually extremely in character, if you ask me, because Tenma cares about people's lives more than anything, and if he knows that he can stop someone from dying, and if he feels like he's the only person that he can do it, we've seen that he can make that choice to drop everything to do that. Unfortunate that the last time he did that, it caused the situation that he's in now. My opinion on truth is that it's better to know it, even if it's, hurtful or harmful. I think that Anna learning these things is going to be difficult for her. Especially because she's probably going to learn it along with the death of her foster parents. You know, what's a kind of a weird game for me to have been playing recently that gave me this kind of revelation? Another Code. You know, they had the remaster come out on Switch for Another Code 1 and 2. And the main theme about that is learning the truth behind things. And even if it's painful, in the first game you uncover the truth about this murder that happened in this mansion a long time ago. It's painful, but it helps. Knowing the truth is the first step to healing these wounds. So I'm hoping that Anna will join Tenma. Again, I think they have kind of a similar thing going on. They're kind of paralleling each other a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's if they join together and try and figure this out. But god damn it, it's going to look so bad again for Tenma to show up at this house of murdered people. He's gonna show up, they're gonna be murdered, and it's I have to call the police, don't I? And and Investigator Lugner is gonna show up, and he's gonna be what are you doing here? And it's god damn it. I also feel Maurer is gonna be a victim of this, which I'm just gonna say that, like, any character that they're making you feel kind of empathetic for, I'm all like, you're gonna kill this man. They were kind of making you, you know, feel for this guy. Like, obviously, his divorce situation is all self-inflicted. Let's be real here. You know, him saying the line, if you come back alive, I'll quit smoking. I'm all like, you are going to die, my friend. That is your death flag. And I do feel bad about that, but I did distance myself from getting too attached. But I wonder if him being there is going to mess up Johan's plans. Having a third person there is going to be like, oh shit. Although, speaking of which, that guy who was paid to keep Anna there, who came for him at the end? It didn't look like the shadow, it could have been anyone, but it didn't look like Johan. It was like too broad. I wonder if that was Inspector Lugner. Is that his name? Lugner? Luger? Luger. Maurer did say something interesting. He called this whole thing the devil's work. Stuff like that has been thrown around a lot. Like the very beginning of this was a Bible verse about the beast, which refers to the devil as far as I'm aware. The name of the show, the whole repetition of monster feels very satanic in like trying to evoke the fact that like Johan is, I guess what they want us to think with it is that Johan is pure evil. There is no redemption. And, like, the story about being interested in the terror that people felt and, like, maybe just killing these people just as, like... I mean, maybe he did it for practice for this moment. But just, like, not feeling anything about it. They want to really drive home that Johan is irredeemable. He cannot be taught the value of human life. He has lost that part of himself long ago. So Tenma, who values life so much, they're perfect foils for each other. But it brings up the age-old Batman question now, doesn't it? Maurer said that if he came face-to-face with the person who did it, he would not hesitate to kill them. Because he'd be like, that person is the devil, they're pure evil. When faced with pure evil, the only answer is to kill it, I guess, is his perspective. Tenma, though, I think will have difficulty doing that. I also find it interesting that Maurer was all like, well, a kid couldn't have done that. And he has like a vision of what evil looks like to him, but once he sees Johan, this like normal looking kid, will he still have the same, like, thought of not hesitating? Because he's so disarming, I feel like he won't fully be able to hold true to his convictions in the face of Johan, but I guess we'll have to see. And if that's the case, if he ever gets the chance to, and he hesitates, and he lets Johan go, then he might put more lives at risk. Then is that his fault, you know? I talked a lot about last time about whose fault is it. But if he because he's such like a bleeding heart, you know, about the lives of people and how important and valuable they are. I don't think he could kill someone if he wanted to. But I feel like this show is going to push him to some dark places. It's going to test the limits of that. So basically what I'm trying to say is that Tenma is Batman and Johan is the Joker. What does that make Anna? She can do some martial arts. Does that make her Catwoman? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that analogy works for that one. I mean, I watched the Dark Knight trilogy. There's Rachel. Anyway, I hope that you all like my reaction to this episodes. Sorry about the cliffhanger, but I hope you enjoyed my discussion. I'm feeling very excited for the next one. If you did like my reactions, you can let me know by leaving a like, and you can subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single monster reaction going forward. But yeah, I hope that I can make your day better, and I hope that you continue to have good days. Till next time, take it easy, everyone.